Several have asked for a quick tutorial on how I made the postage stamp that is on my Project Life cards. You can download this program for free. It's called Silhouette Studio. You do not have to pay for the designer edition. The free software can be found on silhouetteamerica.com. Now, what I do is first I open a new page or a new project, and you'll see that it's in the shape of a 12 by 12 because that's typically what the silhouette cuts in. You do not have to own a Silhouette Cameo in order to benefit from this tutorial, because what you can do instead is go over here and on your page options choose letter 8.5 by 11. What you'll be able to do is you'll be able to use this button right here, send to printer, and when your project is finished, you can send it to your home printer, and then you'll be able to cut these out with any hole punch that you have. If you have a circle punch that's 1 inch in diameter, that will be ideal for this. I have a Martha Stewart circle punch that's a 1 inch. If you have 1.5 inch, just make your circle that size. Any size circle punch that you have, you'd be able to use it with this tutorial. Okay, so what I'm going to do is zoom in quite a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is draw an ellipse. If you want a perfect circle, hold down the Shift key and then draw your circle. So this one is about 1 inch in diameter, but if you want it exact, go up to Open the Scale window, and right here, Lock Aspect Ratio, and I'm going to type in 1 inch and apply. And there it is. Okay, so since my circle punch is only 1 inch in diameter, I don't want to go any larger than that. So all my work will need to be included inside this 1 inch radius, 1 inch diameter. So let's see here. Let's go to Open the Offset window. We're going to do an internal offset inside this circle. I accidentally hit it twice, but I need that many circles. So the first time it went there, and then the second time it went there by that distance. Now this distance I need to be larger because you'll see we'll be including our font in there. So I'm going to use the up arrow to increase that distance. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is group these top 2 circles together. I'm going to go ahead and make them a compound path. I'm going to fill it with black. So there's my outer ring. The next thing I'm going to do is create my internal date, because then I'll know how large I need to make this circle here. So let's say I've been using 12-point font, and this is just Arial, so everyone has that on their computer. I'll put January 1st, 2013. I want to make this a center justification. Make sure to fill it with black. And I want to make sure no cut. You see all these red lines? That's showing where all the cuts are. And we don't want this one to cut. We just want it to print. So we're going to say no cut. So now we'll move this piece into this one right here. I highlight both of them. There's a neat little align feature here, and I can click center, and it will perfectly center my text within this other circle that I have picked. Okay, so that's looking pretty good there. Now this circle, I want a little bit more distance between this date here as well as the circle. So I'm going to open that scale window again and lock aspect ratio, and let's make this a little bit wider. Okay, so I like that size right there. I made the diameter 0.6 inches. So now we're going to write the text for the inside. Again, I'm using Arial in the 12-point font. So I put the city in one section, and then I create another section. And to put the state, I do the first letter, a space, and then the second letter. And you'll see why here in one moment. But first we want to do the same thing with these. We want to make sure they are no cut and fill with black. Same thing here, no cut, fill with black. Okay, so now we're going to place these letters on top of this circle here. So what you'll want to do is make sure when you touch the word that it has this green box around it with this little crosshairs. You'll hold on to this crosshairs and drag it over to your circle. And place it about where you think you like it. So I like that spot right there. You'll do the same thing with your initials, except you're going to go onto the inside of your circle with this one. Okay. So then what I do is I move this one out of the way because this one's on top and this one's on bottom. I kind of need to move this circle down just a little bit so that I have my spacing more centered inside of the stamp. Okay, so I like that spacing right there. The next thing I do is I select this word right here and I say make compound path. I do the same thing with this one, make compound path. That allows me to now select this inside circle and get rid of it while holding those letters right in place. Now all I have to do is move this one right back into the middle here, and we have our perfect little postage stamp. Now you could, if you want to make your city stand out more than your date, you can at this point make your date a little bit smaller. Sometimes I'll make it just slightly smaller, so we'll go ahead and take this down to a 10-point and put that in the center. Okay. I want to make sure that none of this inside area is going to cut out when I use my Silhouette Cameo. This is not going to matter. This step won't matter if you're just going to print. If you're using just a home printer, all you would do at this point is click Send to Printer and then get out your little circle punch and punch it out, and you're ready to go. For those of you with a Silhouette Cameo, you'll use the next step as well with Send to Silhouette. But first we want to make sure nothing of these is going to cut out. So I open the cut style window and you'll see there's no red lines. So none of this is going to cut out. So at this point, this is where I click Trace, select Trace Area, Trace Outer Edge. So now if I click on the Open the Cut Style window again, you'll see that the red line is where it's going to cut. So it will perfectly cut out this postage stamp to go onto your project for you. So I hope that answered your questions on how to design your own postage stamp symbol right inside of the free Silhouette Studio software for yourself. Thanks for watching.